Now, there has been a pretty good, from that time to this, a shifting is going on. A theological shift is going on. Theological, big 50-cent word, but God talk, or the talk about God, beliefs about God. It's a shifting going on, and we feel it. And you know, for those who have ears to hear and eyes to see, you're sensing something that is shifting in popular culture. I'm not talking about in your pew or in your local assembly, not necessarily, but that may be a place as well. But there's a shifting going on. So there's a shifting in the views on homosexuality. There's a shifting there. There's a greater acceptance of the homosexual lifestyle and that sexual orientation. Greater acceptance. Evolution. There's a shifting. Our students, our young people are going to school, going to college, and you talk about illiteracy for that decades 50. Now here, but now you have students who are going to get degrees and advanced degrees, and so they're reading, studying evolution in school. Then they come to Sunday school and get the creationism, and now it's like, what do I do with all of this? So there's a shifting toward, I see it, a shifting toward evolution or a science-based understanding of how things came to be. Also, there's a shifting of an inclusive view or curiosity about other religions. The emerging believers and non-believers today are less likely to throw away other religions just because the preacher said so. They ain't gonna do that. They are more open to investigate and to see what works. See, oh, that makes sense. Or, I read that in my Bible, and it says that in the Quran as well. And so that must be some truth there. And so you have that shifting going on. Also, Jesus, thank you. All right. We hastening on. So the inclusive view, yes. Also, big one, Jesus as the only way. Big shift that's going on in that department, y'all. You can feel the ground underneath your feet shaking because the Jesus as the only way is now being reconsidered, reinvestigated, etc. Premarital sex. Now that's been the underlying current, right? Yeah. So it's always been going on in church, but it was a shameful thing. You would be shamed. You'd be sent to your uncle somewhere or go to your grandmother somewhere if you got pregnant outside of wedlock. But now it's more acceptable that the young folk we have sex, and no big thing. Abortion, another one. The Bible, let me stay on abortion for a minute. Abortion, one of those things, particularly in our context as the black church, has been something that we've shunned, but we've not really talked about. One of those taboo topics that we don't talk about in the black church. If you ask us in the pulpit or in church on Sunday what our views on are, we'll say it emphatically. But beyond that, we've not really had in-depth discussion on what it means to be pro-life in the broader sense. And so, toward that end, we don't touch abortion. The Bible not primary authority for life. Yes. There's a shifting there. The Bible is not the primary authority for life. Even today, people go to other sources. There are so many sources you can go to find some answers. People do not naturally think, let's go to the Bible and see what the Word says. Right. Even, can I say this? Even church goers, if they got real honest, when a situation arises, I'm not saying I'm not going to bring out the big brush for everybody, but I will say that even amongst church goers, that if we took a survey, an anonymous survey of the order in which churchgoers went to find answers for life's questions, I would not be surprised if the Bible was not the first place they went.
And that's something Google.
Wikipedia. Google, Wikipedia, Dr. Phil, Dr. Oz, Oprah,
Ask Jeeves,
all of that. I mean, the information highway is now a 20-lane highway, and you have options, and the Bible sometimes is still the dirt road on the shoulder of the highway that you go to when all the 20 other lanes don't give you what you need, or if you just want to see what the Bible has to say too. So it's not the primary authority for life. Attending church services are not mandatory for spiritual connections. That's a shift in this emerging culture that People are saying, listen, I ain't got to go to church in order to, get my connection with the Lord and grow spiritually. You're right. I can turn on TV. I can watch it on, what's the website? The Streaming Faith. I go on Streaming Faith. I go to the Word Network. I can go to TBN.
I can TiVo and DVR.
I can TiVo and DVR. I was in the Bible this week, and the pastor said, and I've been listening to his sermons all week before going into the revival at his church, just to kind of get a flavor of what's going on there. And he said, I said, Doc, I really love your sermons online. They really bless me. They're good. And he said, you know what, Pastor? We actually are talking about taking them down. Because a lot of my members are staying home now and listening to the sermon at home. So yeah, I mean that's the shift that's going on. I don't gotta be in this building. I can go anywhere I need to go to get the spiritual growth and connection that I need. Those are some of the items. There are some other shifts as well that are going on, but considering our time together, those are some things. You could list 20 more. That you said
marriage,
marriage, big one, right? Oh. That shift is there now. Marriage, I ain't got to. Now listen, if sex ain't a problem, all right. If live together ain't a problem, then what's the point of going downtown to the clerk? Did you hear me? Going downtown to the clerk and getting it, not the church. The courthouse. Yeah. What's the? Ain't no big deal. We might as well just.
It's just a piece of paper.
Just a piece of paper.
You can trade them in like you traded cars. Divorce this one, marry this one.
That's right. That's right. Without all the hassle of it, I ain't got all that hassle of trying to whatever. Just get out my house.
That's right.
Next.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So yeah. So
right
all of that. The list can go on.